Hello, and thank you for joining me for another episode of Run Level 0. Today we're taking a look at Lubuntu, or Lubuntu 13.10. I've been looking at several of the recent Ubuntu derivatives, and I've really settled on liking Lubuntu the best. I tend to favor lightweight distributions that save my RAM and my processing ability for my applications instead of wasting a lot. Now, I do like iCandy, but for me, if it's a choice between iCandy and performance, I tend to choose performance. So, with that in mind, let's take a look at Lubuntu 13.10. I have been very impressed with this. Just have to let you know I am running this in a virtual this time because there's a few things I want to show you that I wouldn't be able to show you if I was running it on my installed hardware. Now this is running, I have been running Lubuntu for the last week now as my installed system, and I like it that much. This is really nice. So let's just dive right into it. Again, this is 13.10. It's the newer release, just came out this month, October 2013. Looking at the desktop, of course you have a traditional layout, which would make this a very comfortable environment for a new user coming over to Linux from Windows. Is going to seem familiar because you have a more traditional layout. You have the one panel across the bottom. On the lower right you have a session manager where you can choose to shut down, log out. That's down here in the lower right. You have the requisite clock/calendar, your network manager, as well as your new keyboard switcher, which I really like this. I covered this in my review of Ubuntu 13.10 with the Unity desktop. I'm glad that they added this in here, especially the part of the country I live in. We have lots of multilingual people, so if you want to switch back and forth between your native language and English or whatever, this makes it really easy down here. Running applications, of course, will be displayed on this middle portion. You have a desktop switcher right here, so you can switch between your virtual desktops. You have an icon to iconify all windows, or show desktop basically. You have a quick launcher to your default web browser, which on this system the default web browser is Mozilla Firefox. The file browser, which is PCman FM. I really tend to like PCman FM, and you can see they have a very pleasant icon and color scheme going on here. Yeah, I like it. Let's see, and you have your applications menu. The applications, lightweight, pretty standard really, but they're all very responsive and they're not going to bog down your system. You have your archive manager, PCman FM again, you get a calculator, an image viewer, LeafPad is your text editor, and LX terminal. You have quite a few games installed by default, so stuff here to occupy your free time. Under graphics you get MT Paint, a document viewer, and Simple Scan. For internet you get Firefox, as I've already said, Pigeon Internet Messenger, Sylpheed for your email client, and Transmission for BitTorrent. Under Office you have Abby Word and Genumeric, which really, guys, unless you do a lot of heavy office work and maybe stuff for college where you're putting together PowerPoint presentations and all that, Abby Word and Genumeric here, they're really all you need to handle Windows or Microsoft Office compatible documents and spreadsheets. Under Sound and Video you get Audacious for your music, GNOME Music Player, Guvik, I don't even know how they're saying that, Guvik View for your video viewer, and XFburn for disk burning. I really like XFburn, it's nice. It does what you need it to do, but it's still slim. And I don't know if you've noticed, but one of the things that really kind of irks me about some Linux distros that claim to be aimed at new users, is they don't put descriptions in their applications menu. So a new user coming in, that they may look at XPad and say, what in the world is that? Well, here they actually have notes. It says this jot down notes for later. So I like that little touch. It can really make the difference between a user-friendly environment and something that's just confusing. So I like that touch. Let's see, under System Tools, you have the GDebi package installer for handling your deb files, the lightweight, feature-rich, yes, robust Lubuntu Software Center. Let's see here. Let's see, we've got your updater, startup disk creator. Synaptic is installed for your more advanced users. You have your task manager. Let's see where we're sitting at here. Right now it's running at idle with 172 megabytes of RAM. Sweet. Love this thing. Let's take a look here. We have, of course, control for users and groups. UXTerm and XTerm are installed. XTerm is one of those things that's often overlooked, but I like having it installed on a system because a lot of the applications that you install, we'll say the VirtualBox guest editions, or if you like multi-system, anything that really requires you to elevate your privileges before installing or running, a lot of those are actually dependent on XTerm. It's kind of the standard one that they go to in the scripts. So that's nice to have on a system. I've been seeing it disappear from a lot of the more modern systems, but I wind up usually installing it. You can customize the look and feel under your preferences if you want to change your themes. So LXDE, while it's not as rich and eye candy as something like KDE, you can customize it and get a really nice looking desktop. Let's see. You can set your default applications, your desktop preferences, anything really that you want to set, you can set from here. So this is the custom, the standard rather, Lubuntu desktop session. Now I want to take you over and show you a couple other options you actually get with this. So I'm going to log out of the standard default session here and bring you back to the login screen, which is really pretty plain vanilla. But if you go to your systems or your session menu, you see you have a few other things that are configured here, and I was playing around with these. LX Games, LX Games and QT Session, I did not really get any response from, just kind of hung up on me. So those are pretty specialized apparently. The Nexus 7 session, if you can apparently install this on Nexus 7. I don't have a Nexus 7, but apparently you can actually install this on there. I want to show you the netbook session, Lubuntu netbook. So I'll select that from the session, give it my password, and log in. And you see you get a bit of a different layout here, and this is pretty nice. You still have LX panel with everything it offers, the application menu. Ooh, look at that. Been running for a week. This is the first time I've seen an error. So might have something to do with it running in VirtualBox, maybe not. That's the first crash I've experienced in over a week. I'm not too worried about it. But you still get the application menu here. Okay, but of course you can notice that the desktop is different. You have these tabs across the top here where you can actually get an iconified menu up here. So if you're running this on a netbook or even something with a touch screen, this would be a really handy feature. Or if you just like the way it's laid out, you can just launch all of your applications from right here. So I thought that was pretty cool. And one other one I want to show you. Because LXDE uses OpenBox as its window manager, you get a OpenBox session. So you can actually log in to a plain vanilla OpenBox. Now this can actually be pretty cool, and I'm considering doing a video series on how to install a command line Debian and build your own custom OpenBox desktop, similar to Crunchbang, but one that you can control and configure on your own to teach you more about how Linux works. So if you want a safe environment where you can actually get to playing with some of this stuff, a session such as this would be pretty cool. And I mean, you can see how fast it is. So this plain open box session, if you really want to play around with configuring a system from the ground up, this would be a pretty neat place to do that. So let me know what you think. Give Lubuntu a try. I've been very impressed with it. It's stable. You know, you saw the one error there. That's the first one I received on my installed system. Where it's installed on my hardware, I haven't received any errors. Which log back into the default and forgot to change my session. There we go. So give it a try. Download it, install it, drive it for a while. Let me know what you think. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Run Level 0. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. If you have anything that you want me to review, any desktop distributions, any applications, any how-tos or tutorials you want me to make, please drop them in the comments below. I will try to help you out as best I can. Thank you, and I hope to be with you soon for another video.